Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Relentless Racing League presented by Ancient World Gaming. Tonight we got the Sim Wrap Market Truck Series. Tonight we're making left and right hand turns. Racing at good old Sonoma. They're racing here this weekend. I enjoy Sonoma. It's probably, I would say, my third favorite track to race on in a stock car. My first, of course, Watkins Glen. And then I think Charlotte. I like Charlotte Roval more than this, but it's more one of my more favorite tracks to race on just altogether. The elevation change make it really tricky when you come up across start finish line, go up through 1 and 2, up on top of that hill. Your car can get really light. If you're not careful on the gas, you can send it for a loop. When you get to turn 4 and turn 7, get back into those S's. You gotta be careful getting on and off the gas there. They can send it around, and then hard braking to turn 11 to the optimal passing zone. I don't know. It creates a lot of excitement. I'm looking forward to this race. Hopefully have some decent passes going on. See, currently Mr. Joey Burchett, Chicken Man, currently sitting on top of the leaderboard. Michael Ball not too far behind him. Joe Roberts, P3. That's his fast times right now. And qualifying can change that. I will say this. Big thing with road courses is rhythm. You got to get in that rhythm. I knew last night when we were racing at Echo. Am I echoing? Am I echoing? Oh, okay. You haven't freaked out there, Nullback. Anyway, I know last night when we were racing at Mid-Ohio, I made 2 mistakes on lap 1 just trying to get in that rhythm. Once I got in that rhythm, it was good to go. I will say it was my first time racing on a road course with cautions. Every other time I've raced on a road course, the leagues, iRacing, there's no cautions. So it was really weird getting in your rhythm, the yellow coming out, and you're basically having to get right back into your rhythm. So me personally, I don't like cautions on road courses. I like it just to stay green so I can stay in my rhythm. Anyways, I made 2 mistakes and end up rebounding to a top 5, which I needed that damn top 5 so bad. I was so excited. Like, I was happy for a top 5. Dude, you freaked me out. I'm like checking all my settings. Like, did I do something wrong? But and another reason I like road courses, why these guys get their warm-up lap put in before they get their actual lap, is I feel road courses put more of the race in the hands of the driver because you're less likely to get caught up in someone else's problems. Granted, there's still the spinners here and there that you can get caught up in. Someone can overshoot a braking point. But it's more in your hands on how your race goes, on how you're able to keep your car or truck on track. That's why I enjoy road course racing. Mr. Bobby!
You rang?
Mr. Ricky Booby!
So I'm going to be the racings tonight, and I am going to see how well I do coming from the back with no qualifying.
Well, what you could do is give yourself a black flag and give us a track run through.
I'm sorry, what was that? David was asking me to come in chat, in exiled chat, before qualifying. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, what you could do is give yourself a black flag and give us a run through.
Hold that thought. Let me go see what they need, and then we will do that.
Alright. I think these guys get 10 minutes. They do get 10 minutes. Okay. But yeah, I enjoy road course racing. It before he joined, he threw me off. It puts the race in the hands of the driver. And when you're racing on ovals, I mean, I can name 3 races top of my head, running decent, and get took out by someone else's problem I had nothing involved with. Nashville, Charlotte, and Dover. Had nothing to do with the wreck, and ruined my race, so.
Okay. I guess we'll go do this.
What number are you, bro?
120.
What number? 12. That is so weird. No.
Math is hard.
Well, what I was saying while you were gone is I prefer road course racing because I feel like it puts the race more in the hands of the driver.
Oh, 100%.
you're less likely to get caught up in someone else's stupid mistakes. I mean, I had a close call last night. Oh, I had a really close call at the 5, but it's just, I don't know. I will say this: I don't like cautions on road courses. I figured that out last night.
No, cautions on road courses are brutal, but
It gets you out of your rhythm.
yes, it does. Well, I'm about to be coming up to the hairpin,
Yeah, I'm on board with you right now.
and we'll give you guys an old walkthrough through this track.
I will say
One
this:
thing,
trucks are one of my most favorite vehicles to drive. One of my favorite stock cars to drive on road courses.
usually it is for me too, but as you'll see here, grip
Did,
is at a minimum right
did you
now.
just downshift into first and hairpin?
Yes, I did.
Interesting.
So you'll be up to 4th gear here. And coming up this hill, personally,
Engine brake.
I use a transmission more than the brakes to slow the car down. Basically, just use the brakes to plant the nose. I go back up to 3rd for this section here. Important part, keep it over to the left so you can make this right-hander. Keep it in 3rd down. Now, a lot of guys will want to kill that curb right there. What I just did, to me, is about the most you want to do. Hard on the brake again. And I'll go a little bit wide here just to get a more straight run off while we go down through the S's.
Yeah, why are you doing that? What is track temp? I thought at 100 something. Let's see what it is while you're doing
Oh,
this.
it's spicy.
103. It's actually cooled down since practice.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out before I finish my lap. But yes, I go down to 1st gear in the hairpin and just nice and easy on the throttle.
That is so interesting because I can never do that. But maybe that's because I need my dampener to get here ASAP because I'm such a damn heavy foot.
And
But
that's it. You really, really have to really have to ease into that throttle. I mean, the track felt like it had a little bit better grip than what I experienced in practice, and hopefully that will continue on as the rubber gets laid down through the race. So, but I am going to jump back up with the race control.
has the 73 qualified yet? He's not in a session. Who is the 73 blend?
73 is, I do not see a number 73
But
in
before
session.
you get out of here, tell me if I'm crazy or not. I feel like there's a lot of similarity between Mid Ohio and Sonoma because of the elevation changes that both tracks.
Because of the elevation change,
and
100%.
the uphill right at Mid Ohio and Sonoma is almost identical. Like if you know how to handle the uphill right here at Sonoma, you know how to handle the one at Mid Ohio.
100%, but the
Robert
elevation
Denton?
change at Sonoma is much more brutal than it is here or over at Mid Ohio. It's the elevation change. It's a roller coaster. I almost
He's
wish
not
we
here.
ran. I almost wish we ran the other layout of this track.
I don't like that one. I hate that
I
long
love it.
sweeping left-hander. I don't like that one.
See, and I absolutely love it. But again, I'm a open wheel IndyCar guy, so go figure. That's why I like it. But I'm going to bid you adieu. Have a great broadcast, and I will not see you in the broadcast booth after. But that's a whole nother story. But we'll see how I do.
All right.
All right. Talk to you soon.
And I will say one thing, guys. As you see Joe going in here to turn 4, I listened to Door Bumper Clear, and they made a good point. With how much runoff there is from turn 4, it kind of ruined that turn. That turn used to be a lot. You used to have to take that turn a lot slower. It used to be sand like this right here at turn 7. And that's going to get tricky. Yes, this track goes from turn 4 to 7. I don't know what the hell happened in 5 and 6, but it does not exist. And one of the big keys here for this race is coming through here through turn 10 where Joe's at right now, if you're trying to set up a pass, you got to get a good exit here to try to set up, not necessarily a dive bomb, but a pass to the right coming into the bus stop, or the hairpin. No, it's not a bus stop, that's the hairpin. The hairpin. Hey, thanks for the cheers. Appreciate it. 17 for the win. I hate to break it to you, buddy, but this is not a track you can luck into win at. I will say this, though. I wouldn't be surprised to see people who are significantly slower to get a top 10. Because if you find your race pace that you're comfortable with and you just keep the truck on track, you can gain a lot of spots. 89 for the win. Also, a big thing here with how hot the track is you've really got to take care of those rear tires. Last night you had to take care of them too, but it wasn't too bad. I think our traction was like 80 with the hottest it got. But with 100 and... no, 103. What else do I have inputs? With 102 track temp, you got to really take care of those rear tires. Oh. Oh, I think that was practice ending. Indeed it was. So, let's go over our official starting lineup here tonight. Come on, brain work. There it is. Maybe? Oh no, it hasn't ended yet. I don't know what happened. I thought it did. So this is the second of 3 road courses these guys go to. I believe it's 3. I might be off. No, they just raced at 2. Okay. Give me a second. I'll figure out who won Watkins Glen because I cannot remember. Last race results. I think. Oh, Stewart won it. Stewart's starting P3 here. Did Chicken Man not race that race? I don't think he did. Burchett. No, Joey Burchett didn't race that race. Joey Burchett coming in this race, our current points leader, also has the most wins on the season at 3. Looking to get win number 4. Let's go over official. Now let's go over official starting lineup. Oh, Joey Burchett getting that pole is a 1:17.971. Wow, that is quick. Joe Robert outside pole. Row 2 gives Scott Stewart, our defending road course winner at Watkins Glen this season, Kevin Biggs. Row 3, our race 1 winner, Poland and Tom Wizza. Row 4, Chris Melton, Spencer Chisnall. Michael Ball, surprisingly, although back here in row 5, he was second quickest in practice. Keep an eye on him to make his way through the field. Mark Morissette. William Cameron, William Kinder, the 2 Williams in the field, starting in row 6. Row 7, Alan Grindle, Sam Leota. Adam Dahl, Darren Cannon, row 8. Row 9, Roy Grande, Gary Sakatak. Row 10, Todd Chase, Gordon Spain. Row 11, Bradley Brandon, Mr. Booby will get moved to the end of the field. Justin May will be back here as well. Brady Price will move up a little bit, but he's in row 13 right now. Row 14, Schlumbacher and Ibarra. Row 15, Adam Chapman, Kevin Stein. David Farnan and Robert Lapierre surprisingly didn't qualify. They were actually pretty quick in practice. That 77 was in the top 10, but he chose not to qualify. And Jacob Arthur will round out your field in that 33rd start spot. Why didn't we get a short parade lap last night? Man, that's lame. Anyways, the two Joes, Joey and Joe himself, gonna lead us to green here at Sonoma. 40 laps of racing, the second chance choice, however many miles that is. Sponsored by the Robert the Pier. Green flag is out. And everyone off to a decent start. No one get on the gas too soon, spinning the tires as they go into turn one, up the hill, into the uphill S's. Joey Burchett going to try to clear Joe Roberts. Joe Roberts can be to the inside. They're going to have the advantage going into that braking zone at the top of the hill. Joe Roberts might be able to clear Burchett, but Burchett now has the preferred line, and Joey Burchett's going to clear Joe Roberts. No off tracks as of yet. These guys barrel down into turn four. Look at them all start trying to single filing it out. Michael Ball sending it in deep. They're hitting the curbs. That's a lot of trucks. Oh, a little bit of door bang there. That was Justin, man. I couldn't tell who was to his right. We got a truck really slow. Did he blow the engine, or he just kind of taking his time? That's the 88. It's slow right now. Todd Chase Jr. having an issue. We'll go back and look at here in a second. Billy Burchett, though, will lead lap one here tonight. It'll be interesting what fuel mileage is going to look like. Pretty sure these guys can get about 18. I think they can only get like 18, 19 laps of fuel. I might be wrong on that. No, I am wrong. They can get like 22, I believe. Let's go see what happened here to Todd Chase Jr. Oh, he was. Oh, okay. He was the one that was really slow. Bradley Brandon having an off-track excursion. Jacob Arthur having issues. Did he crash? I think he's... Oh, nope. He did. This lost it on top of the S's. Joey and Joe. That's going to be so weird all night. They pulled out to a pretty good gap over that third place car of Scott Stewart. Scott Stewart got that 58 of, or not 58, 56 of Kevin Biggs. Not too far behind him, but they themselves have about a 2-second gap back to the sixth place car, or truck I should say, the 78 of Chris Melton. And there's Michael Ball, qualified P10. He's already made his way up to P7. Might be trying to look to make a pass here, maybe going into turn 4. They go to 3 and 3A, going down the hill into turn 4. See if Michael Ball looks to the inside. He does, but he chooses not to make the pass there. Which Joe? Thank you for, let's check. No, actually, track is cooling down. So when I first loaded into the session, it was 109 degrees. The track is cooled down to 99. So we might check that track temp if you guys remind me, maybe around lap 25, lap 30. I want to leave it up. If I leave it up, is that going to be all the way? Or do you guys want it up like that? There goes Chris Melton to the inside of Tom Wizza. Maybe Michael Ball following. Oh, he gets loose. Just look for some decent battles on track. Okay, we'll leave it up then. I just won't have the track map up. I think we'll put the track map up. It's just going to be too clustered over there. Yeah, I don't like it up. I don't like road course track maps. They're too big. There's a big group of trucks back here. Chris Melton leading the way. This is 5th place to about 10th, I believe, with Spencer Chisholm being the last truck in this group. Actually, as a matter of fact, this is really 5th, and almost the rest of the field all kind of grouped up. Oh, Tom Wizza having big problems coming out of turn 7. Tom Wizza in the 51. What exactly happened to him, though? What happened here? This 51 of Tom Wizza coming out of turn 7. He just got on the gas a little too soon, tried collecting it, and Michael Ball just could not anticipate it. He got kind of lucky because he had a ton of damage, and then the damage kind of disappeared. I wonder how much damage that 38 of Michael Ball has. There's actually, I don't think a single bit of damage on that truck. I think he might have netcoded into him. Or he didn't netcode into him, but the damage was netcode. Tom Wizza falling like a rock. Did he blink out or did he wreck again? I think Tom might have wrecked again. I'm not seeing anything about him jumping the pits. Huh. Joey Burchett, he's grown that lead out to 3.5 seconds almost over Joe Roberts. There's a heavily damaged truck going down pit lane. I might need the track map up for this. Who is that down pit lane? That's the 48 of William Cameron. Solid qualifying run, but what the hell happened to his truck? David Farnan having issues. We'll go back to what happened to William Cameron here in a bit. Let's go see what happened to the 71 of Farnan. Farnan, that gray truck right behind that bar in the Nesquik machine. Oh, they both get loose. To follow the leader through the S's, I guess. And Justin May, he had issues as well. Going through turn 10. Just lost it and then had to lock him up to avoid damage. Now, what happened to William Cameron? If you can't see what happened to the 48 machine, because he has a lot of front end damage. He blinks out. That's just absolutely lovely. Oh, and he comes back into frame, just already spinning out. Oh, he blinked out into Wizza. Or Wizza came back. Something happened there because Cameron was inside of the 51. That was really weird. And let's go Gordon Spain. Gordon Spain, the 17 machine, currently running... Ooh, where is he running at? Just outside the top 20. I don't think Gordon Spain likes road courses. And Joey Burchett, he's going to catch lap traffic here in a couple laps. Maybe 2.5 laps or so. With Adam Chapman right behind him. A nice little Corsair AMD scheme. That looks pretty sweet. Here we go to William Kinder. He almost overshoots turn 4 into the tire barriers. Kinder currently sitting in P10. Now the field's starting to get spread out a little bit. There's a decent gap between P10 and P11, which is the 4 of Sam Leota. Sam Leota actually having a really solid run. Oh, and they see that! Bro, oh, what a save by the 4! Wow! I gotta go on board for that one. That was absolutely insane. Oh my gosh, what? Sawing at that wheel to save that truck. That was pretty good. Adam Daw having issues with the 213, saying he crashed. Oh, this is going into turn 11, the hairpin. My guess is he probably got on the gas a little too soon. A bit of a kiss. There'll be too much damage on that truck. I don't know what the heck I just did there. Let's go check in on Mr. Bobby Rafferty. Started in the back of the field. He's made his way up to P17. I think he's right behind Davey. He is right behind Davey. Or the admins right here. They'll be going at it tomorrow night, the Cup Series at Daytona Road Course. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Joe's caught Joey a little bit. That gap was about 3.5. He's brought that gap down to almost 3 seconds. As Poland having issues. I saw him kind of drop. No need to watch that replay. We can see the tire tracks. Poland just getting on the gas a little too soon, coming out of the hairpin. Spinning out. Luckily, there's not a wall there. Alan Grindle going to be looking to his inside. It's about for 10th. Track temp dropping still 98 degrees now. Yeah, not like that with the co-run mode. That was pretty good. Joe Roberts, he's actually catching Burchett pretty quickly here. He's now below 3 seconds. Joey Burchett, though, he's starting to come up onto some lap traffic right behind the 22 of Joe Ibarra. He is really hugging the tires coming through the hairpin. Also, we gotta do something real quick. 32 of Brady Price. Once again, gotta give him some props. He went on and won another banger race, I think what they're called. Let me verify. I think they're called the bangers. I don't know. Gib, if you're in here, help. Bomber. They're called bomber races. But he won another one this last weekend. I guess that made it 3 in a row for him. Hasn't won in this league yet, but he's been improving a lot. I remember when I first started to see him Brady Price race, he was someone you see at the tail end of the field every race. And there's been a couple times this season he's been up there leading the field towards the front. So I think a win is going to happen soon for that 32 machine of Brady Price. Just looking at some point standings right now. Brady Price, he's actually the first one out. He is 4 points behind the 78 Chris Melton. Currently watching Mark Morset. Mark Morset, he's about 24 points out. He's looking for a good run, but unfortunately, he's 2 spots behind the cut line driver, which is a 78 of Mark Melton or Chris Melton. Whoa, who was that? Someone went really wide into four and almost slammed into the barriers. Yeah. Brady's a lot like me. He can be fast as hell in short runs, but we cannot save tires. Actually, he has a little bit of damage on that left front. I just noticed. Ooh, having to catch it there a little bit. He's missing his whole entire fender on that left front tire. One of our closest battles we got on track right now is a 78 and 26. Spencer Chisholm and Chris Melton going at it for 6. And not too far behind him, it is the 69 of Mark Morissette. Keeping the brakes. Yeah, he's keeping that tire cool. What race? What? It was a Martinsville race. I remember Junior at one of the Martinsville races back in the day. He was missing his fender on his right side, and it actually benefited him because it was keeping his tire cool. But the only downside was he couldn't use his bumper to get around people because his tire was exposed. Kind of what that reminds me of almost. Oh, Joe has really caught Burchett. I don't know what happened. That gap was 3.5 seconds. It's now down to 2. I don't know. I think Joey's just really starting to struggle. Burchett's just really starting to struggle here. Yeah, Joe gained 1.5 seconds that last time by. Oh, he cut it close with those tires. Holy cow. How's Robert Lapierre having some issues in that 77 machine? Going for an off-track excursion. Gary Sack attack, he has crashed. So is Sam Liotta. We'll go back and look at Sam and Justin May and Kevin Stein. Gary just getting on the gas too soon. Let's go look at Justin Mays. That's the second time he's lost it in turn 10. You know what? I will give that a 10 for style. That was pretty impressive. That was really impressive. I gotta go get another camera angle of this. No pause, dang it. That was impressive. He just did a whole whopping spinneroonie there. Just slammed on the gas, spun her around, did not hit the wall. Wow. That was impressive. Let's see what happened to Kevin Stein here. There's Gary spinning out. I think the same thing happened to Kevin here. Yep, just getting on the gas a little too soon out of turn 11. What about Ibarra? Ibarra on the back end of the S's. No, this is turn 10. Oh, lock it down. Able to lock it down, avoid any wrecks. We got one more to look at and go back alive. This is Sam Liotta. You know, like turn 10 and turn 11 is like everyone's kind of kryptonite here. Oh, he just slowed it down and let some people by. Oh, that's letting Joe by. Joe Roberts, he's starting to reel in Chicken Man. He lost 3/10 a couple laps ago, but then it was 0.5 second quicker last time by. So it seems like Joe's kind of taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back, trying to catch Burchett, as Burchett's right behind Justin Main. That's just not a place you want to be behind lap traffic. You know, when I saw these practice times, I thought Burchett was going to walk away from the field, but Joe Roberts is doing a really phenomenal job chasing him down. Burchett got out to a really good lead. And I think this is one of the times where being a little too fast, a little too aggressive on corner exits, eating up rear tires, it's going to be a huge disadvantage here. Like, he might be too fast right now. I will say this though, I've noticed this the last couple times Burchett has exited turn 11. He gets kind of sideways. Joe, on the other hand, Roberts, he's been doing a phenomenal job keeping that truck pointing straight coming out of the hairpin. Doesn't get it loose, keeps it planted to the track. You got 25 to go. I'm trying to glance over for some more battles on track, but I'm not really seeing any right now. Ooh, Joe. Oh my gosh, Roberts is cutting it so close to that wall. It's almost like when you're racing Watkins Glen, you're going into the bus stop, how you had to flirt with that wall. That's what Joe's kind of doing there. He's just flirting with that tire barrier. We'll check in on Mr. Bobby. He's made his way up to P12. As he has the 35 right in front of him. As this is actually a 3-truck battle for 10th right here. You got Grindle not too far in front of Kinder, and you got Bobby right behind Kinder. That gap for that lead is still about 1.2 seconds. Oh, Kinder getting a little loose there out of turn 11. I'll actually go on board here for a little bit with Mr. Joe. Joe is really smooth on his transitioning through the gears too, I've been noticing. Got some wrecks to look at real quick. Look at that Darren Cannon in the 13 having issues. Oh, right in front of the 00 of Hendrick. Davey makes it through that somehow. Here's Gordon and Spain in the 17 having issues. Looks like possibly turn 10. Indeed it was, right in front of Joey Burchett too. Wow, we weren't on him when that happened. That was close for the leader. So Joe Ibarra. Oh. second time Joe's lost and been able to stay out of the wall. Joe's really starting to close that gap, though, on Burchett. Oh, but Burchett's right behind a ton of lap traffic. Getting stuck behind Brady Price, and that's allowed the 18 of Roberts to really catch up. I don't think Roberts is quite close enough to dive bomb here. For a second, he started going around the outside of Gary Sack here. That was actually a smart move by Burchett there. Really allowed him to get a little bit of gap on Roberts, as would not be surprised to see one of them pit this time. If I'm Roberts, I think you pit here. If Burchett does not pit, if I'm Roberts, I'm pitting here. Try to shortcut him by that. Track has actually cooled down a lot. 96 degrees now. Looks like here comes Burchett down pit lane this time by. Roberts is going to stay out. Put him in the lead and lead a lap here. Let's see if Burchett got a penalty. Let's see if he takes an extended pit lane or pit stop here. A lot of people coming down pit lane. Biggs, Ball, they're both down pit lane this time by. Oh, no penalty there for the 31. He's off and going again. Would not be surprised if Joe pits this time. I am going to be surprised if he does stay out, though. If the 18 stays out, I'm going to be shocked. Oh, I bar off again. Once again, able to lock it down, avoid any damage. I think Joe's pitting this time. No, he's staying out. That's interesting. He's running 122, so that's an interesting call there by Robert. Stewart's coming in this time. Burchett actually came back out on track in 4th. That just proves how much of a lead he had on a lot of these guys. I wonder if Burchett's in any traffic. No. Joe's still staying out. Interesting call there by Roberts. And a 126 last time by. 120.6. See what Burchett runs here. Burchett's made his way back into second. Warner Spain, Darren Cannon crashing. Go back and look at that here in a second. And Burchett ran a 117. Going to Spain's wreck. Or no, it's Darren Cannon. Ran a little too wide. No. This is another turn 10 spin? It sure is. Oh, Stein barely getting through that. Run around, Gordon. No, Robert's just not coming down pit lane. So Joe's right behind Burchett when they pitted. Joey Burchett has just exited the hairpin. Joe's just now starting his pit stop. There goes Burchett by right there. That's an 8-second gap. I don't know if Joe can make that up in 17 laps. As the other Joe, Ibarra, having issues. I say he jumped the pit. I think he finally KO'd that truck. Oh, I didn't KO it. He just said, I had enough of this. I'm done. He said, I'm done. I've had enough. 8 seconds the gap between first and second. The largest gap we've seen all night long. Morissette has made his way around Melton. Melton, like I said, he is the cut line right now. He is the last driver. He is the 8th place driver in points. Currently sitting in P8. As long as Melton can keep that truck on track, I mean, he might lose a point or two to some people below it, but right now his closest competitor is Brady Price, who's 4 behind. And Brady Price in the 32 is being currently scored a lap down in 18th. So he'll definitely gain some points on Brady. Oh, no, best time. Who had the best time in the race so far? Joey Burchett does. This is, oh my gosh, 1:17.4. Holy cow. Jeez, that is quick. Poland, no. Currently running in the top 10, having issues. Turn 10, does it bite again? No, turn 11 does. Got a loose coming out of turn 10 and just a little bit too hard on the brakes going into turn 11. Does a great job locking it down. I didn't even think he lost the spot. Phenomenal job there by that 54 machine. Mr. Bobby Rafferty, he has cracked his way into the top 10. That gap starting to shrink between Burchett and Roberts. Burchett does a 1:19.4. Joe does a 1:17.9, his fastest lap of the race. I don't know, maybe Roberts can catch him. There's a little bit of advice. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Easy on the throttle. I enjoyed Mid Ohio. I didn't think I would. I saw it on the schedule. I was like, man, I really want to take a drop league for that. I was like, I do not like Mid Ohio. I started doing some practice laps there and started getting used to it. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like Mid Ohio. It feels a lot like Sonoma. It's a little bit more technical than Sonoma, but I had fun. Kind of sad when Moore blew his engine behind me. I was really looking forward to battling him out for fifth, but he just hand grenaded that engine like Danny Hamlin. Haven't seen no Danny Hamlin grenades yet tonight though. Oh, Spain loses in front of the leaders. There's someone else losing it. Justin May, maybe? It was Justin May. Oh. That was close. A gap's starting to grow for the 31 there a little bit. Wondering if Joe was in traffic, but he's not. Oh, 14 laps. That's a long distance. How long is this track? About 2 miles. Yeah. 40 laps is a pretty long distance. $14 laps. 13 laps now. 26 miles to go. Might have a battle brewing here pretty soon for fourth. You know, Michael Ball and Kevin Biggs. Michael Ball was a little bit of damage on the front of that Ford. He was the second or third fastest in practice. Didn't get the qualifying run he probably wanted. He qualified in the 10th position, I do believe. Yeah. Also, interesting thing, 1 through 4, 13 to go is where they qualified at. No change in the top 4. Your biggest mover of the race as of now is the 21 of Kevin Stein. Oh no, Mark Morset having issues. Oh, just lost it. Oh, lock it down. A little bit of kiss to that wall. Nothing too major. Fortunately, he's going to lose quite a few spots from that. Whoa. There we go. Bump Mark Morset from... I can't remember where he's running, but he's running P10 now. We missed a pass on P4. Pass on fourth. Michael Ball just gets a really good drive off out of the hairpin. Gets around Kevin Biggs. And then Darren Cannon has some more issues yet again. That's an interesting spot to have issues. Huh. Kevin Stein, he gains himself another spot now at 15th. He gets one Darren Cannon. Adam Chapman having issues. Going into turn 7. Did he get help from Brady? He just get loose. Find out from right here. Oh no, he definitely got some help from that 32. Around the world he went. Oh, Bobby going off track. Bobby, where did you mow the lawn at? We're watching this. And ignoring off tracks. Oh. Oh! Oh, drifted! What a save that was by Rafferty keeping it out of the wall. Oh, he went off track again! Oh, no, hit the wall! Bobby, this isn't dirt. I know you like racing dirt, but I know the ground looks tan like dirt, but you can't be doing that, my friend. He just dumped the pits. He said, I'm done. I had my fun. I'm done. I gotta do road course racing tomorrow. He said, I'm done. How many trucks are only lap? About to see. Currently have, I don't know. Oh no, Joey Burchett losing it coming out of turn 4. 6-second lead on Joe, but there's Joe Roberts right there behind him. This is going to close the gap up to under a second. Joe, though, overshoots turn 7. Joey Burchett running a mistake-free race, lost it out of turn 4. Allowed Joe to really close that gap. I mean, this was in Burchett's books. It was Joey's race. 6-second lead with 10 to go, and we have a battle for the lead. Joe's currently sitting at 2 wins on the season, looking for number 3. Burchett have 3 on the season. He's looking for number 4. 20-second gap to 3rd. 9 to go this time by. Can Joey gather it back together and try to pull back away from Joe Roberts? And can Joe get around him? I will say this, when you're road course racing and you lose it on a corner and you come back to that same corner, you are very timid. Joe has really closed that gap. 5/10 is the gap. Half a second. I think Joe might get him here. Joe pitted 2 or 3 laps after Burchett. Didn't even close the gap there. Joe's close enough to look for a dive bomb here. Does he do it? He does. Going into turn 11. Joe looking to the inside. Can't quite get there, though. Joey Burchett chopping the nose off. Eight to go this time by. Joe Roberts led almost all the laps at Watkins Glen. Lap traffic. Some frenemies he had made throughout the season kind of bit him in the butt there at Watkins Glen. Looking for redemption here at Sonoma. Getting loose. Coming up the hill going into turn 4. Joe Robertson really taking turn 4 wide. It's actually giving him a little bit more of a drive off going into turn 7. You want to try to get that gap to about 2/10 to try to attempt to make a move going into turn 11. He's there. He's at 3/10. 2.8 the gap now. Once you turn 10, this might set up the path for Roberts. I think it will. He's there again. 2-3 the gap. Joe Roberts looking to the inside again of Burchett. Joe Roberts don't get to lose, having to lock him up. Joey Burchett still leading the way. Coming to 7 to go. One 8 is the gap. 7 to go. Can Burchett hold him off for 7 more laps? Roberts has been there the last 2 times to try to make a move. Can't quite get it to work. Joey Burchett just so good at entering turn 11 that Roberts cannot take advantage of it. And right here, Burchett is definitely stronger than Joe. Burchett is really good through these the first half S's up here. Joe Roberts actually going off track there a little bit. But this is where Joe makes up time. Right here coming out of 4. You'll see Joe Roberts swinging a little bit wide and really close that gap. Coming up on a lap car, the 99 of Bradley Brandon. That's who Burchett was right behind when he got loose. Burchett, though, has a little bit of a gap right now. Joe, though, he's so strong through these S's. He loses time in the first half of the lap in the S's, and then he gains it all back, if not more, in these parts. And then right here, Joe really gains on him. Joe has a really strong turn 10. Going into the hairpin yet again. Joe can't quite make the move this time. Joe's actually maybe try to look wide, try to get a runoff, cross it over maybe. No, can't quite do it. 6 to go this time by. There's been a bunch of people going off tracks. Chris Melton having issues. He's still sitting P7 though. He had crashed earlier. Brady Price having issues. William Kinder having issues. But right now we're going to stay in the battle for the lead here. Oh, Bradley Brandon almost getting into the 31 there. Lap traffic really playing a factor right now. Joe Roberts going to look for a dive bomb going into turn 4. Oh, he's going to nail the curb though. Maybe lose a little bit of time there going down the straightaway into turn 7. This battle for the lead is heating up. We've still got 5 laps of racing to go. 5.5 technically. Track has cooled down even more. 92 degrees now. Brady Price having issues yet again. Watch the gap right here. Joe's gonna get a really good turn 10. He's been really solid through turn 10. Watch that gap close. Unfortunately, Joe Roberts actually loses time this time by. Is not there to make a move. Burchett still leading the way. This is the battle of the Joes for the century. Roberts has a really good, really solid exit off of turn 11. Gained 2/10 coming across the start-finish line. Burchett getting a little bit loose there. They go down into turn 4. Joe Roberts isn't quite there to make a move. I know every time Burchett approaches that corner, he had to be hesitant. Roberts was looking to the inside, thought otherwise. Oh, but Joe, he's right there on the bumper. Oh, he's right there. This is the closest Robert has been through the dominant S's for him. There's Kinder off track into the wall. Only 9 left on the lead lap. This is insane. I think Robert's gonna get him right here. Robert's gonna get a solid turn 10 exit. Oh yeah, he's definitely there for the hairpin. But Burchett, he's gonna defend to the inside. Actually, they got Alan Grindle right there. I think that was Robert's. That might have been Robert's one opportunity. Actually, as I say that, Burchett getting loose, coming out of a hairpin. Joe Roberts to the lead with 4 to go. 4 to go. Joe Roberts has taken the lead back. First time leading since he ran it a little bit longer than Burchett. That can Burchett battle back. This is where Burchett's the strongest. I think Burchett just used his stuff up. Joe has 2 lap fresher tires, and it's really starting to pay off. He's really starting to pull away from that 31 now. Alan Grindle going for a little Tokyo drift through the dirt back there. I think Joe has this. Yeah, well, look at him gain. This is where Joe's been the strongest, is through these S's right here. And turn 10. Actually, Burchett's starting to kind of get turn 10 down, close the gap there a little bit. Really close to going into the hair. Oh, and he nails the tire barrier! That's all gonna but seal the race for Joe Roberts. Joey Burchett, I don't know if he has damage or not. He hit the tire barrier pretty good. All Robert has to do is just hit his mark. 3 to go. Man, Joe, what a drive that was for him to get to the lead. I wonder if Burchett has issues now, though, because of that. Oh, yeah, he's broken. Look at that right front. That right front is done. Look at it. It is ka-chowing to the left. I mean, if he's not meatballed, he can nurse it. But that, I want to say that's meatball damage. Yeah, it is. He's coming to pit lane this time by. That's going to put Scott Stewart into P2 and Michael Ball into P3. So Joe Roberts really has the lead now. 2 to go. 23-second gap to second. Bomb Joe, you just run your race. Just take it easy. There's no need to push it right now at all. Man, what a race that was for the lead. Joe Roberts can collect the white flag this time by. 1 to go here at Sonoma. And, you know, usually road courses, they're snooze fest, but this one has been entertaining. This last Sonoma race in real life NASCAR, one of the best Sonoma races I've seen, with strategy and all the mayhem and everything going on in that race, and this by far has been one of the best road course races I have broadcasted. The gap doesn't show how good this race was. We're gonna look back at the results, like 24-second lead. How is that entertaining? It was entertaining. Wow. Oh no, don't do that. Joe Roberts is gonna win his 3rd race of the season. Tie Joey Burchett with 3 wins. His 6th top 5, his 8th top 10, tying to him for the most. No, Michael Ball had the most top 5s after this race. He's sitting 3rd. And it took him a while to get to victory lane. It took him a while. I mean, let's go back. He's clearly going to win this race. I mean, he actually, better yet, he's going to go back-to-back. He won last week. It took him to race 9. He's won 3 of the last 4 races. He won Bristol. Joe Ibarra won Charlotte. As a matter of fact, Joe has won the last 4 races. And if we want to go back even further to Indy, Joey has won the last 5. But Joe Roberts goes back-to-back for wins. Wins here at Sonoma, redeems himself from the frustration that happened earlier this season at Watkins Glen. Had that road course in the bag. The guy who won that race finishes P2 here tonight. Michael Ball finished 3rd. Around out your podium finishers. And Kevin Biggs has himself a really solid race. Really good points time for that 56 machine. He'll come across P4. What a race that was for Joe. Holy cow. Oh. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Roberts. I don't know if he forgot how to do a burnout. Oh, that's a crappy camera. Took him 9 races to get his first win. He's won 3 of the last 4. And if you believe in the thing called momentum, I think Roberts is building that momentum at the right time. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Well, let's start with our race winner. It
Hello,
was
hello.
the battle of the Joes of the century. Man, you go back to back. You win 3 out of 4. Um, Man, what a race that was. Problems with first out of 4 with like 10 to go. Close that gap, and you guys had an insane battle going on there. Joe, you were going the wrong
Um,
way.
I'm aware of that. We're doing a Polish victory lap as we always do. Um, I'll tell you I was thinking the overcut was going to be the idea, and I don't know what would have happened had he not lost it.
I don't think
'Cause
you would have caught him. You were
yeah,
barely catching him.
'cause I was catching him good for like 2
2 laps, yeah.
laps
Yep.
at the start, and then it was a stagnant at like 6.5 seconds the whole time. Because I was thinking, the track was getting cooler. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it'll work. And I was really disappointed when it didn't. But I was thinking, maybe I regret it, maybe I don't. But he probably would have been faster otherwise. But I have no idea. We got lucky. Um, then when we had the chance, when we got up there, we put the pressure on him, got past him, and he made a mistake. I think we may have had him even if he didn't, but because he was running really, really hard. I mean, we both were, but it's nice to finally get the road course monkey off the back because it's been a long, long time in this league. Consistently doing really good at the road courses, but just having nothing to show for it.
Yeah,
So
I
it's nice
mean,
to finally get it out of the
you
way.
kind of got your redemption from Watkins Glen earlier this season. We came across P2 there. Funny enough, the guy who finished P1 there got second after Burchett
Yeah,
kind of went and played footsies with the tire barriers and the hairpin. But what a race
yeah, I
that
did that.
was!
I did that in the practice because I was practicing just after the race, and I was just like, "Ooh, don't want to do that in the race."
Yeah, no, those
But
tires are not friendly. They're not your friends. Foreigns would know.
I got a rag on forwards like that. But well, anything else you got for me? Otherwise, we'll do the shout outs, I
No,
suppose.
go ahead and do your shout-outs. Will
Well,
you leave
first
those
off,
people alone? They don't want to see the ugly paint scheme.
ugly.
Yes, ugly.
Just because Manuel Forget painted it doesn't make it ugly.
Leave the people alone.
Um, but yeah, shout out to Zach. He came in the Discord and he's like, "You're gonna win it, Joe." I'm like, "You're a liar," but okay. Well, I guess he's not a liar. So you know what? Thank you, Zach. Shout out to you. Shout out to Michael Ball, Joe Ibarra, and Alan Grindle. And shout out to Mirage, SRR, Nordic Sim Sport, Advantage PC. All the friends and family who watch. I'm gonna have a nice little thing to show them today, I guess. And just happy how it went. Yeah, I look forward to. Not really looking forward to Talladega, but Talladega should be fun. And I really look forward to see how these cars are gonna run. Um, when it comes down to the 1.5 miles. With the update, these things drive a whole lot different. So I'm really interested to see how they are going to work.
All right, man. Let's get out of here.
All right, have a good night. Thank you.
All right, next let's pull our second place finisher. Mr. Scott Stewart goes back to back on I won't say back to back, but top two finishes at road courses this year. Won the last one. Came up. I can't say came up a little bit short. You came up quite a bit short, but you still got that P2 here tonight. Unfortunately, you didn't get to see the battle. So go ahead and talk us through your race, as you were pretty quiet. I don't think I ever saw you go off track once, and if I did, it's because I was watching a battle going on.
Yeah, I needed a quiet night. I've gotten like 20th or 15th or worse the last 3 or 4 races. It's been rough. So
I
really,
kill you. I kill you.
like I was involved in every wreck in New Hampshire. But anyways, I needed a quiet night. I did not see what happened to Joey. I don't even know how I got second, but those guys were in their own zip code. I was just running my race. No one was catching me and I wasn't catching anybody. So I had a good race, just ran my line and had a lot of fun.
Those sometimes can be the most frustrating road courses because like you have no one to compete against. So if you're not careful, you can kind of get stuck in La La Land, and next thing you know, your night done. So luckily, when I was racing last night, I didn't have that happen. I was battling for most of the night. But yeah, you were off in your own little land. I couldn't. I don't know how you did it. I couldn't do it. No one around you. That had to be boring.
It was very boring. The lap cars helped me stay focused. I definitely noticed, like, I was just talking for like 3 laps in a row, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot I was racing. Because they were like 30 seconds up the road, and people behind me were like 15 seconds behind me. I was nowhere, in the middle of nowhere. So, but it was great. I had a lot of fun.
All right, man. Congrats on another podium finish here. I'll let you shout us in and let you get on out of here.
Yes, sir. Just shout out to Joe and Joey. They were in their own zip code. They did a great job. That sounds like the battle was fun. I never got to see it,
dude,
but
it was awesome.
yeah, and I was part of it last time, but not this time. So, yeah, and shout out to North South always, my boys. They did great. They had a lot of fun tonight, and yeah, thanks for you putting it on, and thanks for the league. So, lots of fun.
Man. Congrats.
See you, man.
Alright, next let's bring in our third place finisher. Michael Ball did not get the qualifying run he wanted, had to start in P10, made his way up into the podium finish. Kind of lucked into it with Burchett wall banging the tires there with a couple laps to go, but nevertheless, you got yourself another podium here tonight.
Yes, sir. Happy to be back on the podium, honestly. It's been quite a few races, and I've just been waiting for a good run to happen. Have some terrible luck the last couple of weeks, but the last 2 weeks, New Hampshire and Sonoma really turned it around.
Yeah, and I will say this from experience. I've noticed that I always moan and complain about road courses, not liking them, and then I always go out there and have a solid run, and it seems like after the road course I get on a hot streak because I get the confidence back. Hey, I can actually finish well. So, I mean, sometimes people like us is what we need. It's a solid run at a road course, somewhere we don't think we're good at. And like, oh, wait, I got a top 3. I got a top 5. Okay. Maybe I can do this still. But, I mean, you're sitting comfortably second in points. Very comfortably. I think you got gosh, almost 80 points or so above the cut line.
Oh
So,
man.
yeah, you're at 418. Cut line is 342. No, it's about 60. 70. Yeah, almost 80. Almost 80 points. 78 points.
A good chunk.
76. Yeah, somewhere out there. I can't math. But solid race here tonight. You guys go to Talladega next week. Hopefully we can keep the good racing going and
I
not
have
turn
a
into a
feeling we
caution
will.
fest. Huh?
I have a feeling we will have a good race at Dega as long as we use our heads and everything sorts
Um,
out the way it is.
I'm kind of curious about it because from what I have heard, these trucks draft a lot differently now. So
I felt that.
that's the only thing that worries me is people can go into this race thinking they draft the same, and it's going to cause issues. So hopefully you guys can put on an entertaining race there. I don't think it's even that long of a race, which sucks even more. Oh no, actually it is 50 laps. A pretty good length race for Talladega for you guys. So good luck next week. I'll let you get your shout outs in and let you get on out of here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank SRR Racing and the boys, Joe Ibarra, Joe Robert, and Alan Grindle. It really helped me a lot throughout the week and just whenever in the league. And I also just want to say thank you to everybody at Relentless for putting on the league and for you, Isaac, for broadcasting to, the truck series, and just excited for Talladega next week.
All right, man. Well, good luck next week at Talladega, and
Thank you.
maybe might see you back up here next week. If not, probably see you back up here for the end of the
Hopefully.
season.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
All right, man. Alright, I will finish up the race here tonight. Very solid race. It got so damn good, I forgot to go through the schedule of events we have this coming week, like I usually do. So you heard Joe and Michael mention it, and me mention it. Trucks are going to Talladega next week. Before that even happens, we got two more left and turn races this week. We got the Cup race. They are going to Daytona Road tomorrow. It might take me some getting used to for first couple laps. I haven't seen the Cup layout in years. I'm so used to the 24-hour layout, so I might get a little confused or thrown off for a little bit. But they do got Daytona Road tomorrow night, 50 laps of racing there. And then you go ARCA Racing. They go to Mid Ohio, so that should be a good one. Last night was pretty fun. We'll see what they can put on there. And then going on to next week, that will kick off with the Xfinity Series going to good old Pinocchio. 70 laps of racing there for that one, so tune in for that. And then, like we said, trucks will be going to Daytona next week. But we'll catch you guys hopefully tomorrow night. If not, then we'll catch you guys watch the battle for 16th on the final lap. Alright, let's do that real quick. Before we get here. What? 432. 432. 89. Damn, Sam. Leo is battling. He is loose as hell. Sam gets around Gary. They're going into turn 4. At some point they catch Brady because he said it was a 3-car battle here. Oh, Brady overcooks the corner. And then Sam kind of got into him there, had to check up. Battle for 16th, huh? Hey, Sam, you are solid at the wheel. Brady goes off track there. He goes off track. Oh! Man, I guess that's one way to get some spots. That was pretty impressive. Alright. I'm glad I watched. That was pretty good. Anyways, that will conclude the race. We'll catch you guys tomorrow night. If not, then we'll see you guys Tuesday. Next Tuesday.